Hi y'all, it's Native Flor-xan, and today's lunch, we're going to do some stuffed mushrooms, so hang in there and let's get into it. Alright, so all we're doing is taking our shrimp, cutting it in half. This was pre-cooked shrimp that I had. And we're just going to kind of slice it up into smaller pieces so that it fits down into our mushrooms. So we got our shrimp all cut up nice and small. To that I got a little less than a pound. This is some blue crab meat. Some blue crab that I caught a week or so ago. Cooked them up and then just shelled out the meat and put it in the freezer. Alright, in a separate bowl I'm going to add half a block of some cream cheese. Okay, next this is some Monterey Jack with jalapeno pepper. You can use whatever kind of pepper jack cheese you want or just plain old cheese, but I'm gonna say probably 3 handfuls, so about a cup of that cheese, maybe a little more. All right, next I'm gonna add some of this. Is our local grocery store, H-E-B. This is their Fish Market coastal blend, but you could use an Old Bay or any kind of seafood seasoning you'd like. And then I'm gonna put about a tablespoon of garlic. We're just gonna mix this all together with that cream cheese, get it all softened up, and then we'll add our shrimp and crab to it. All right, we got it mixed up pretty good. We're just gonna add that shrimp and our blue crab to it and get it all mixed in and incorporated. Okay, after mixing it up real well, I think I'm gonna add just another handful of cheese and then a little more of our seasoning to it, because it was looking a little light. Okay, so for our mushrooms, what I got here are some baby portobello mushrooms. You can do this with the bigger ones. I just think it takes extremely longer to cook them, and so I like doing them with these. And then also, if you want to make this as an appetizer, these are perfect appetizer size. But we're just going to break the stems out of them like so and make us a little room for our seafood mixture. Okay, we got all of our stems out. Now you can keep those, chop them up and add them to something that you're cooking with mushrooms. You don't have to discard them. They're a mushroom after all. We're just going to take some of our mix. I kind of just want to pack it on top of there like so, nice and tight. So let me keep working on that, then I'll show you what we'll do from there. Okay, so I finished them off, getting them stuffed, and all I did was take my hand and just kind of work it around and smooth that off. Now you might be wondering why I'm not using any kind of breading in this, and like I've mentioned on the channel before, my wife eats a low carb diet, and I'm trying to experiment a little bit, if you will, and trying to make her something that she can eat with the diet she's on, because the last few crab cake or crawfish cake recipes I've done, she wasn't able to eat. So we got these done. This little bit of mix we got left over is probably going to wind up on some Texas toast. But let's get them out onto the pit and get them cooking. Okay, we got our aluminum expanded metal. I'm just going to hit it with a little non-stick spray. Place our mushrooms on here and let them rip, tater chip. Alrighty, here we go. Just going to slide these off onto here. We're going to let them run 30-45 minutes. Don't worry about what's on the other side, because if you watch me regularly, you've already seen the pork shoulder. But let's let these cook. We'll let them run 30-40 minutes and check them out. And I almost forgot. I was gonna add a tad bit of some Parmesan on top of these, just because I like it. Not too much, just a little bit on top, just to add a little bit of that salty Parmesan cheesy goodness. Alright, let's see where our mushrooms are. Check that 52. A little different. I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to spin these around. And we'll let them run another 5, maybe 10 minutes. They should be done. Alrighty. I do believe these dudes should be about done. 65. 166. I'm just going to go ahead and pull them dudes off. And I do spray that expanded metal with a non-stick spray, which helps this stuff come off a lot easier. Take that out. So we got our mushrooms off the pit, and they are good to go as is. But I think what I'm going to do is put them in my little toaster oven here and broil that top and just kind of brown that cheese a little more before we serve them. Alright, so we got them out of the toaster oven, got a nice little brown on them. And again, you can do this recipe all in the oven if you wish. I just happen to have the pit going, and while I had it going, I figured, well, we'll cook in that. So the only thing else I'm going to do is I got some butter that I melted down with some garlic, added a little more of that coastal seasoning that we used. I'm just going to daub a little bit of that on top, because after all, it is seafood, and seafood loves butter. So we're going to let these cool for a minute, and then we'll try them out, because I know that cheese is nuclear hot. Okay, the suspense is killing me. Let's cut into one of these dudes. Let's give this dude a taste. Down the chute. That is on time right there. The crab and the shrimp, but it was just enough of that coastal seasoning and that garlic mixed in, and you get a little bit of that Monterey jalapeno cheese in the background, and the creaminess of the cream cheese we added to it. Awesome dish. So I hope you get a chance to try it out. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.